Really pretty trees are now in bloom. I haven't a clue what these are, but look at them. They're pink, really pink. And we don't have these in New England, so if you're a New England folk, you might find it interesting too, but these trees have no bark. There's really no thick bark on them. They, you know, this is how thin, it's like paper thin, the bark. It's kind of cool. The tree's very smooth, and it's not like it's dying. It's just like that. I don't know what variety of these are, but when we bought the house, we saw it and we thought, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. But they're like pink ones all the way down. So this is the second time they're in bloom since we bought the property. And these big trees make great shade for walking through here for our pups. Another one of those pink trees. And I've planted raspberries. I've planted a couple of peach trees. And this week we actually got our pool installed. I know I had talked to you guys about maybe next year having it. It's just too hot. We needed it right away. And I keep having to wipe the screen because it's so humid out. It keeps fogging up the camera lens. Funny, huh? So if it looks foggy, that's why. But these are the two peach trees that we planted. And I actually stopped at a farm and got some local, it looks like the bugs are getting to it. Stopped at a farm and got some local peaches. Those are the best peaches as I ever had. Daisy's barking at me. Yes, Daisy. But they came yesterday. They started off Monday by doing the site work. We have a sloping lot here, so they had to cut in a little bit, about 2 feet. And I don't really like that because it's not very much from the edge if you're on the edge of this to jump in. So we're gonna do some modifying, but you got to start somewhere. So these are the little privacy trees that I bought and put in the spring here. You can see how tiny they are, but they will get big. But I was pretty happy because I bought them. Look at the size difference. I bought these for like $7 on clearance. If I can save a dime, I'm gonna. That's how I am. But we want it for like a privacy area. We do have a neighbor over here. That's their house. There's only actually only one lady that lives there now. She's very nice. Very nice, but this is like a little side road here that comes down. So, and we live on a dead end road, so we're not gonna get a bunch of traffic, but I just wanna make like a privacy wall with all these, and I got 3 of these big ones, so I'm gonna put the big ones in the middle of the small ones, and even those were only $20 at Walmart. And they are gonna get big. It says 15 to 20 feet apart, but I'm gonna put them in closely because I want to build like a kind of like a privacy fence out of trees, if that makes sense. But I put these 4 in. Me and my granddaughters planted them last year, so I have 3 to go in between. So when we're in the pool, you know, people go by. Not like we have a lot of neighbors. We really don't. We just like a little privacy. So yeah, we got a 24-inch pool. So they came and installed it yesterday, and we had a couple of water trucks come out and put water in. It is quite the ordeal here to get anything done. We had to go through the permits. So basically a permit to say you can zone and have a pool, another permit to make sure that our sewer is not on top. That's why you'll see these like blue tickets out here, these like little blue flags way in the yonder, is because we had to figure out where the sewer was, because when we bought this house we didn't get any information about where the sewer is, so we had to actually have a company come figure out where the sewer was. We had it pumped while we were here because we don't know. We own our own sewer and water, and then the sewer candy canes kind of go down that way, which in New Hampshire is a lot different, so we didn't know. So it was good to have that done anyway, but we plan on bringing this out further, putting the dirt back and having like some floral stuff over here just to hold this little hillside in. And then we got the pump and this cheap little ladder that comes with it. I say it looks cheap, but it doesn't cost cheap. Pools have gone up a considerably amount since the last time we owned a pool, and it probably, when our kids were little, our daughter was probably, I don't know, the 2nd grade. So it's been a minute. So we did go ahead and get a 24-inch pool. We were in it last night. It was so great because in North Carolina it's super humid, and I have a kitty cat, Sabrina, one of my daughter's cats, is following us. Hi, pea girl. So we have 3 black cats that are here now: Sabrina, Salem, and Vader. Hi, pretty girl. But we're still not done. So we had to get the permit to make sure environmental safety, that we're not over our sewer, we're zoned, and then you get the permit, you put it in your window, and then we just have an extension cord now because we have it, but this white line is where the electrician has to come in and hardwire for the pump and the filter. And we want to think I have like an extra outlet because I really want to have like pool lights out here. We have the safety ladder right now, but we're gonna get probably a better, when we have a deck put on it, we'll probably have a different ladder. I don't like the ladder, but it's fine for now. And just me standing out here, it's freaking hot out here. But so we're not done with this journey. We still have to have the electrician come next week and do his bit, and then we wanna make sure we fence it and stuff for the safety of the community. Again, we only have one neighbor over here. She's an older woman, so we don't worry about it. And honestly, I think we're the only ones in the neighborhood that have kids. It's another couple that lives there, and but that's fine. So that's this week's edition of what we're doing. And beautiful butterflies. This is why we put, I don't know, I'm whispering, I don't think they can hear, but I don't know. But this is why we put flowers in here to attract the pollinators, the bees and the butterflies. And there's actually a beehive over here from the last owners of the house that's active. I don't know anything about bees, but I just know there's a bunch of them, and I hear them zooming around. But a lookity look, this is the big trellis. It's, I don't know how many feet long, but Kayla's got pumpkins in here. And because we are from the north, we started everything early. We didn't know. So she's already had ripe pumpkins coming off. And the morning glories love this thing. And the girls come out here. This is a lemon cucumber. They're very good. She also shares. Another pumpkin. And our granddaughters come out here. This is a great thing for them to learn. Look at this, baby's already ready to go in. But we started earlier. After we started to a local farm, they told us, yeah, we don't usually start pumpkins until June. All right, well, lesson learned. And she's actually growing loofahs. These are loofahs, and they're squishy if you touch them. I guess you let them really dry out, and then you can use them like for sponges or body wash, washing in the body. This is a big sunflower that she's got growing. Marigolds. Look at this little beauty. Broccoli. But so this is year one. We're learning. We'll probably do things differently next year, but overall I'm pretty happy. Span over it so you can see. Well, we really like it here. I was thinking, I was outside clipping some grass and stuff, and I got poison ivy so bad, or poison oak. I don't know what it was. I actually had to go to the doctor's and be put on steroids because I had it so bad. Yeah, so I gotta be careful. I don't want to do that again. And then the side effects of the prednisone is insomnia, which I already have, so it just made it worse. I'm even gonna sit in the shade for 5 seconds here. Look how red I am. So that's why we decided to get the pool sooner so we can enjoy it, our grandkids can enjoy it, and then we will just keep working at getting it better to what we want. We're gonna put a fence around it just for safety, and we want to have a deck put on for leisure. But around here there's a lot of public pools, but you have to pay to get into every single one of them. And some of them are pretty steep, $20, $18 for a few hours of swimming. It's like, seems, and if it's so hot here, you're gonna go several times. So it's definitely, even though the investment was a lot more than the last time I invested in a pool, it's still definitely going to pay off by having it and making it your own oasis. Like, I can come out here and do some outside stuff, jump in the pool, I'm not gonna be hot. We may put a black fence around it too, like we did our dog area, just so it matches, but we really haven't decided exactly what we're gonna do. We're still getting it done with the permits and the electrical and all that jazz, but we'll see. Like, our pool house still needs a little bit of work, but it's gonna have to wait till it's cooled down because it is too hot. And I'm gonna go and put in Miss Daisy and Griswold are out right now, so I'm gonna put them in. We switch them out just so they come, like I've been saying all along, they come out, they have their time, and then they go back in. Look, hey girl, she's out with Grizzly. She's in heat too, but we are thinking about skipping her heat because we have some other plans, but Grizzly is on it. All my flowers died out, so it's time for some fall planting. But hi, sweet babies. I know it's hot out. Oh, come on. Hi, Grizzy Wall. Hi, baby girl. And they've been out maybe half hour, less than that. Whew, feel that AC. Hi, handsome. You enjoying yourself? Yeah. You're a busy guy. We have Violet come over and visit when it gets a little bit cooler out in case they do breed. We don't want to be out in the direct sun for a 20-minute tie. Do we, handsome? But he's going to be the daddy. They've had a litter together before. You like that, huh? I would put a rug in your area, but I'm not sure if you chew it up. What do you think? Would you chew it up? That air feels good. Hi, Ben. So now Benny's going to come out and endure this humidity for a little bit. Hi, Poogies. Jesus, take care of yourself, girl. But even if the sun's not out and it's overcast, it's still pretty smoldering out here. Yeah. So they, like humans, prefer to be in the AC. Can't say as I blame them. But they get a good view of everything that goes on here. They can see the pool, or, I mean, it's a huge span from, you know, it's probably, I don't know, how many acres just open here. Let's see what the thermometer says. So I put the thermometer out here just because the sun hits this directly. Let's see, it is almost 90. Yeah, actually a little over 90, so it looks like about 92. Does it feel it? Oh, she sees the neighbors have visitors. She said, the neighbor's husband just passed away, so it's sad. She's had some company, but she's a very nice lady. Actually, all of our neighbors are pretty nice. We got lucky. You are one beautiful girl. So we are gonna breed, or if by the time this video gets out, we might have already bred Violet, but Violet's getting bred, and then Rhea's turn too. And we're gonna breed Rhea. I think she comes into heat in September. We have some contacts for studs for her already. We just have to figure out which one we want to use. And then we are going to try to breed Miss Benson here. When she comes into heat, she comes into heat later, which we would prefer like rolling heats, like one then the other. But right now we have Daisy and Violet in heat. So we are going to do Violet, skip Daisy, at least that's what we're thinking right now, and then do Rhea and then Miss Benson here. Benson's never had any babies yet. She looks pretty spiffy though with her collar, doesn't she? She's an awful pretty girl. Elam's coat. Yep, he's taking a snooze. This is Peaches. They're good friends, huh? I have to say, one thing that this heat does well is look at this green stock planter. I have petunias and strawberries in here, and a lot of these petunias, or like this actually is called 4 o'clock something. It was seeds I had from the baby shower of my 4-year-old granddaughter. She's actually almost 5, so that's how old those seeds were. And I said, you know what? I'll just throw them in and we'll see what it comes. But a lot of these I did from seeds, these petunias, and petunia seeds are so small. But this green stalk is just, it's just alive, so vibrant. And then the ones even in the back are like coming around because they want to be in the, like get this sun in the front. So I really, and then look at the strawberries I have. So if my granddaughters come out and find it, usually I'll just leave them and, Grandma, we have strawberries. So they think it's great picking their little strawberries off from here. But as you can see, there's a ton more growing. And I bought some dry root strawberries that I'm going to actually do when it gets a little cooler. I'm going to do a raised bed because the bending really bothers my back. So I figured if I had them in a raised bed. See, there's another one back here. And I don't know if you've ever, you probably guys have, but these strawberries have pink blossoms, which I don't ever remember seeing in New Hampshire. It could be because I just didn't see it, but I got the pink ones in here too. Strawberries taste the same, but they're just pink. And I'm just deadheading this, but look at this one. It's so pretty, this petunia, and it's just coming all the way around. But yeah, they were the best looking ones that they had left. It's kind of like end of season for a lot of the stuff they have here, so that's what I've been keeping my eyes on, different ones, and seeing if I can score some like sales for perennials. But these will be great for the pool area to give a little bit of privacy, but not that harsh like stockade fence. And plus we have tremendous amount of wind here, and I don't think a wooden fence would last very long, even if we went in pretty deep, because of the wind that we get. Now we found a stick, and it's pretty much keep away, because he likes to chew on sticks, so she does too. Oh my goodness, look at them. He's such a little squirt. Ah, she won. Mavis was around here playing tug-of-war when she was just his size with her other siblings. You can hear the thunder. We've had a few sprinkles, but I love it when it cools down. Especially for Mavis. She's mostly black, so the heat, you know, we try not to keep her out here in the heat, but now it's like got to be in the 70s. Oh, keep away. Maybe she'll tire his little self out. She's teasing him too. She wants him to take that from her. What a little brat. So we have him out here today, just waiting for the tie. She's flagging him, which is just moving her tail so he can sniff the backside, but he'll know eventually when she's ready. And today it's actually maybe in the 70s, and it's like misting out, so it's kind of a great weather for it. It's not too hot. We're not out here where it's 97, because it gets pretty hot here. So we're just seeing, and we've been bringing her to him for a week just so they, you know, get comfortable and reacquainted with each other, even though they've grown up together. But it makes it a smoother transaction. Like, he'll sniff her and he'll know when she's ready. And we usually go off his indication because he's a good stud. So we'll see if today's our day. Just checking things out. What you doing, Griswold? Hanging out with Dad.
Just for her to do that.
Yeah, they're close because he is trying to mount her, but he's not going. You can tell she's not primed quite yet. Probably tomorrow, I'm thinking, because he would be adamant just about you know, mounting her, and he has tried, but he's not real adamant about it. And she is standing and flagging for him, but she also wants to just check things out here and visit with Dad. And he's still pant even though it's nice and cool out today. He's thinking about it. This is what they should like frolic and play, which they are. Well, that's a good sign. And she's a massive girl. This is all normal. Huh, Baba? Running and hiding? I'm not going to protect you, silly. I'm your boyfriend. Maybe Dad will. So, we got them planted. Hubby came out with the tractor and dug the holes because being in the south, the ground is so tough. And it was weird because I was out here yesterday and it was 92 degrees and I was dripping with sweat, and today it is cooler, it feels great, and it's misting out. So I got the 3 planted, and I also put some mulch around the other little ones that I had planted in the spring, and hopefully this will make a nice little you know, a privacy area. I think I like it. So another job off the list, and I think it's going to look good in years to come. These will be very big